friend of the program. He is live at winter meetings for baseball as there's a bunch of news going on. We got Pete Alonso going to Baltimore as all the Mets fans are sad today. I'd like to bring on and welcome back to the program Josh Benjamin from ESNY New York. Josh, how we doing? And I got to say, I saw Tariq Skubal does not have a contract yet because the ownership's trying to do approval of it. How are we doing, by the way?
What I'm hearing on Tariq Skubal is that, so Jared Diamond had a piece in the Wall Street Journal today. Pretty much where we stand with Tariq Skubal, it's the pitching version of the Juan Soto trade in a nutshell. He is going to cost upwards of $300 million, possibly close to $4 million. The Tigers aren't going to pay him, plain and simple, which it's strange because Tariq Skubal, he's not like some little tiny thing with a herky-jerky windup.
No.
Like Tim Lincecum. He's got that weird windup, but he's a big guy, like almost Verlander size. And so I think right now it's just a matter of them trying to figure out, okay, how much do we actually want for this guy back? Who's going to give it to us? And there's always that underlying anxiety that the Dodgers are going to swoop in because they got the money. But I don't know. I think if I'm the Detroit Tigers and Scott Harris right now, Trevor, I am just calling literally every team saying, hey, we have Tariq Skubal. We would like to move him because we can't afford him. What are you willing to give up?
Why do you think the Tigers are doing the cheap ownership route now? Is it because I remember the Ilitch family used to spend money no matter what. It was the Red Wings or the Detroit Tigers, and no matter if it was the 2000s or the 2010s. They spent money. What has happened to the city of Detroit between these two teams?
That's a really good question, Trevor. So let's talk about this guy who's in charge of the Tigers. That's their president of baseball ops, Scott Harris, who I just mentioned. He comes out of the San Francisco Giants organization. He's a Brian Sabian disciple. He knows a lot about pitching. People don't understand that when Scott Harris came to Detroit, the front office was an absolute mess. Infrastructure, player development, it wasn't there. I was talking to a guy from Just Baseball today. Pretty much what happened when they hired Scott Harris, that was them saying, hey, here's the old house, raise it to the ground, rebuild it yourself. And the fact that he has the Tigers as a World Series contender in less than 3 years. Yeah, I mean, that says something. It's because Al Avila, God bless him, a baseball lifer, he left a complete and utter disaster. It was too old school. And then for Scott Harris to come in and just turn it around so quickly, I think that and you also recall that prior to him, it was Dave Dombrowski in charge. Dave Dombrowski is a guy who, if you want to spend money on your team, that's your guy. He will sell your team to the top free agents. And between Victor Martinez, Miguel Cabrera, we'll throw Verlander in there too, Justin Upton, the Tigers got burned with way too many bad contracts in the last 10 years, and that's why they're cheaping out.
Annabelle Sanchez too, by the way. Don't forget about Annabelle Sanchez.
That's right.
Jordan I think Montgomery was on there too.
No, Jordan Montgomery was never.
Okay. Gio Gonzalez. There's a lot of bad pitchers that have gone through.
A lot of random, yes,
like
you're absolutely
Ian
right.
Kinsler, Prince Fielder, so on and so on. I'm just shocked by that because I know Detroit. I used to think Detroit would pay. And it's a big market. And like when you think of the Detroit Tigers, to me, it's Tariq Skubal right now. How they don't want to pay for them is, to me, is malpractice and a crime against society for me in baseball.
I don't disagree with you. I think at the end of the day, a lot of this is the Brian Sabian school of pitching talking, where because keep in mind, it's not as though the Tigers are dead in the water pitching wise without Tariq Skubal. Reese Olson's very good. I think he's going to have a great career. I think that when push comes to shove, I think it's more that Scott Harris wants to start utilizing his farm system more, start utilizing it, and for him to do that, he has to restock it. And how does he do that best? He trades Tariq Skubal.
All right, we're going to give you some teams. We're going to say, I'm going to be homer here. Should the Cubs trade for Tariq Skubal since they need a number one starter right now?
I think any team that is in a position where they need something close to an ace at the top of their rotation should at least call for Tariq Skubal.
Is this the first big ace I could think of that's gone available to the market? And since Pedro, since 90, when he was trying to get out of Montreal, would you say?
Maybe so. I think that there's also something to be said about this is probably if Tariq Skubal hits the market next year, he will be the biggest pitching free agent since Garrett Cole in the 2019-2020 season. I think that right now, to put this like the Juan Soto trade, the reason that Brian Cashman was able to pull off the Soto trade the way he did for Michael King and pretty much a handful of other guys is that he is very good at telling other teams, hey, you're trading this player because you don't want to pay him. yeah, I could give you our top prospect, but what's he going to do besides maybe sell a few extra tickets? He's like, you're not going to win with him.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, he tries to say what Cashman does for the most part. I've found is that he has these prospects who he's willing to offer up. I think he pretty much tells teams, "Hey, who do you like?" And
Yeah.
we'll talk. And I think that given that there is no reason why the Cubs, the Padres, even the Mets, if I'm the Mets, I'm trading Francisco Lindor for Tariq Skubal tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. That do the deal almost right now. Anyways, do that for right now. They have no pitching.
If I am the New York Mets right now, I am offering up David Peterson, Francisco Lindor, and maybe a couple of prospects. We'll throw Ronnie Mauricio in there just for fun too.
Mm-hmm.
For Tariq Skubal, Javi Baez, because I'm sorry you have to take on a bad contract in return. Yeah. And then just get your minor leaguers that you like.
Yeah.
If you need pitching, call the Tigers and say, which prospects of ours do you like? We want to make a deal.
And when they
Even
have
if
money,
it's just a rental.
Yeah, and they have money to pay for it. It's like, who do you want, anyways? Plus, Lindor in Detroit may be salty for the Cleveland baseball fan, but it'd be truly entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, this all goes back to the article that Mike Puma put out in the New York Post recently, where Lindor. Okay, now let's point this out. Lindor is not a problem overall. He's a very active personality. It's not going to mesh well with some people, but he's not a bad guy.
No.
However, here's the problem. He and Jeff McNeil do not get along.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who works out at the same gym as Jeff in California. I've talked to someone here in Orlando who covered Jeff when he was playing minor league ball in Binghamton and St. Lucie. The guy does not have a mean bone in his body. Now, on the field, he'll have his game face on. He's intense. Yeah. But off field, he's California cool, mellow as can be. And even if you're intense on the field, if Lindor and McNeil can't get along, period, that's a problem in my eyes.
Yeah.
Now, Lindor and Juan Soto not getting along, that's fine. That's not a problem. It's like a Jeter and A-Rod thing.
Yeah.
Jeter loved the nightlife, loved going out, but otherwise kept to himself. A-Rod was it's kind of a bizarre version because A-Rod is the family man like Lindor was,
mm-hmm.
but otherwise is like, hey, I'm here to play, I'm here to win.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
And,
it's like,
yeah, there's no feud. It's just they're two different people who they don't get on.
Yeah. That's life, we call it anyways. So
that's right.
It's currently thing. What's the biggest thing you saw? I saw Pete Alonso was signing with the Baltimore Orioles out of all teams.
Yeah, that was the big beat from today. The big beat with that was that we all knew that Alonso wasn't going to the Mets.
No,
because the rumor came out yesterday that the Mets were kind of maxing out their offer at 3 years. And so at that point we said, okay, the Mets aren't happening unless his market slows down considerably. And so at that point, we figure, okay, well, maybe it's the Red Sox. Maybe it's the Giants. Like at this point, they're going to be bidding against themselves. And then here come the Baltimore Orioles, who, not for nothing, are pretty much very similar to the Mets in how they need lots of pitching. But at the end of the day, Pete took the money, and then Anthony DiComo, who covers the Mets for MLB.com, he reported that the Mets did not even make him an offer.
Wow.
Like not
Is this because the Mets don't want to pay for anybody, or are they building that casino, you think?
I don't know if it's about the casino, but from what DiComo said, it sounds as though the Mets team came here early, like Sunday, Monday, and just from taking the temperature in the room, they kind of figured, you know what, we're priced out.
Really? That's shocking. That's shocking to see, anyways. Edwin Diaz, he's also left the Mets. He went to the Dodgers.
I can't believe this. I thought that he was going to, how do I put this? I didn't think he was going to get more money from opting out.
Mm-hmm.
And even still, he got more money AAV. Yep. And I found out later today, Jeff Passan said this on ESPN the other night. A big reason Diaz left the Mets was because there was zero communication between the Mets and his team that Devin Williams was on the way in.
Oh. So communication problems for the Mets, not surprising at all.
Yeah, and chatting with my friends who are Mets fans right now, it sounds like they kind of starting to wonder maybe it's a toxic workplace going on, which I think it's a little bit of a stretch, but I don't know. Like I can't help but think it kind of makes me think of the story of Sparky Lyle and George Steinbrenner in the 70s. So for the younger fans listening at home,
I go with Billy Martin at least. Billy Martin,
yeah.
Steinbrenner. Those are my days.
Yeah, no. And so in 1977, the Yankees had a closer named Sparky Lyle.
Mm-hmm.
And Sparky Lyle, big mustache guy. He never made a single start a day in his career and had so many 100-inning seasons. 1977, Sparky Lyle is the New York Yankees Cy Young winning closer. Cy Young winning closer helps them win the World Series. What does George Steinbrenner do that offseason? He goes out and signs Richard Goose Gossage to a record contract for a pitcher. And how did Sparky Lyle find out? He was listening to the radio in his car.
Sounds like Francisco Lindor would do that at least, Found out.
I know, right? If
he gets traded, how'd you found out on a WFAN update at least, anyways. So
yeah, during like the 10 at 10 or like 2020 that
the 2020 or the 10 at 10, anyways. Or sports headlines at the bottom of the hour. What's the biggest thing that's going on? Because I know winter meetings is in Orlando. No Cubs action, which I'm not surprised about because I've been told is financial problems, like to say, for Marquee Sports Network. I've been finding out, by the way.
Yeah, oddly enough, I didn't even see Marquee do a media setup until today.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw a lot of more White Sox guys.
Well, they did win the first pick, anyways. Congratulations, anyways.
Yes, yeah. I talked to Lamont from the Sun Times. One thing I've noticed a lot, it's kind of slow this year. It sounds like Cody Bellinger is the big name that everyone's waiting on right now. Joel Sherman said something that I think slowed the market down. There's a lot of talk now about, you're a Cubs guy. There's a lot of talk that Kyle Tucker does not like baseball.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. In Joel Sherman's words, he says there's a general understanding or concern. The way he put it was that Kyle Tucker does not burn for the game the way that Cody Bellinger does. Now, given that, like, I've talked to some people, like I've talked to my podcast co-host, I've talked to a few others, and they've said, okay, well, if that case, if it was under $300 million, I would still sign the guy.
Yeah.
But even so, look at what the Angels went through with Anthony Rendon. I mean, Trevor, you're a Cubs fan. Did you get that at all last year? That Tucker was kind of half-assing it. Yeah,
because when he had his broken finger, he was still playing. I was like, this dude's injured. Why is he playing? He should be benched. He should be on IR. But
no. I'm not talking about playing hurt. I'm talking about half-assing it flat out.
It felt like sometimes he was. Anyways, he was like, that's what I felt like. I was watching the Cubs. It's like, okay, like he was on fire the first half, and he got the injury. I was like, it wasn't the same on fire. I was like, okay. He was almost became like an automatic out anyways. I was like, it just felt like, I'm gonna cruise, see what happens. If I get hot, I get hot. Like you didn't get a rehab assignment like before the Padres series, which I was like, okay. He just came in straight cold anyway. So
yeah. I'll tell you though, who's been Mr. Popular this winter meetings, and who everyone's been wanting to talk to him, and he's been talking to a lot of people, like civilians as well, including myself. The new Giants manager, Tony Vitello.
Oh, tell me about this guy, because I'm really intrigued by a college guy coming up to the major leagues. I feel like this has never happened. I'm really excited because I always like to watch a West Coast baseball team, and I'd like the Giants getting the Tennessee manager. I'm intrigued already.
So I spoke to Tony today, actually, we were walking and talking in the sort of walkway area between the Waldorf and the Hilton over at Bonnet Creek.
Mm-hmm.
And for all of maybe 5 minutes of talking, this guy understands the assignment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of different managers at the meetings this season, last season. Tony Vitello, Trevor, I have never seen anyone more thrilled and excited to be at the winter meetings than him. He's animated. He's excited for the job. I asked him why the Giants, and apparently he has lots of ties to the Bay Area. He played minor league ball. He played minor league ball there. He knows a lot of people within the organization, good people, he said. And I think that, again, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
If he can get a few W's early and not go on an early extended losing streak, and most important, if he can help Rafael Devers get his shit together, I'm not saying he's going to win the World Series next year or the year after, but I think that on the whole, by the Giants giving it the literal college try,
which I love.
I think that Tony Vitello, I think he's going to have a really good career in San Francisco.
Do you think this will lead to more college managers going to the Major League Baseball league now, you think?
I hope so.
That's what I want, because I was like, go get a college guy at least. Like, we're doing NFL. Let's try, or college hockey. Let's bring it up anyway.
There's 2 college managers in baseball right now. Pat Murphy was at Notre Dame for how long?
Forever.
Yeah, and now granted, he did a few years. He put in his dues as a bench coach and coordinator and stuff all along various levels. But Tony Vitello, I think that the Giants, look, they tried everything else. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've done an old guy. You've done the analytics guy. You've done the Bruce Bochy tour forever. I'm just personally glad they didn't go back to Bochy, because
I saw Bruce at the meetings this year in the last hit. He's done.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I was looking at. I was like, okay, I'm glad they didn't do that, because I want to see someone do something innovative. Anyway, that's what I want with baseball. Like, try something different. Like, we have all these baseball managers in college. Like, why don't we try? Like, I always say, just go. I said this to the Cubs when they bring back when they fired Ross. I was like, go get the LSU manager, see what happens. Anyways, like, I just want to see more college guys do it, because I feel like it's good for the game, and there's a bridge. Anyways,
the good news is that with guys like Derek Johnson leaving Vanderbilt for Cincinnati in the past, and also the Arkansas guy going to Minnesota a few years ago, we're seeing college pitching coaches make that jump.
Yeah,
which is a very good start.
Which is a good start.
Yeah, and I think that. Now, I'll be very clear. I think that unless it's very clear that Tony Vitello is in over his head, a la Pedro Grifol with the White Sox, I think that realistically, given the state of the Giants right now, where their pitching's at with their bats, if they can make some more additions, I think that they could realistically be at or about 80 wins next year.
That's why I always put them anyways, 82 and 80. They're always there anyways. We do the winning losses anyway.
Yeah, but just talking to Tony Vitello, the guy knows what he has to do. He gets it.
Yeah, I think it's me exciting. It gives something me to watch, like, or the casual baseball viewer. I always say this about the West Coast game: give me something interesting. And the Giants going for a college guy, it gives us East Coasters or the Midwest people or people in the Rocky Mountains. I want to see what's going on with the Giants. They have a college guy at least, and you also get the Tennessee Vols alumni or fans like, oh, we have a baseball team to root for anyways. That's what I view it. Is he bringing his whole staff to San Francisco, or did he like pick his few people? Or is it
I didn't get a chance to ask him that. He was on the meeting.
Okay, that's the one thing I want to know anyways. Is he bringing the whole staff or anything? Because then it's like the complete college tribe, which I'm for anyways. What's your thoughts on Schwarber getting the big money from Philadelphia? Because I think it's a lot. I would have personally, if I was Philly, I would have gone with the Pete Alonso deal at least.
No, Kyle Schwarber, he is a leader in that clubhouse in Philadelphia. He wasn't going anywhere. Like the Pirates, God bless them, made a valiant effort. They offered him a 4-year deal, but with a higher AAV. Mm-hmm. But I think that at the end of the day, Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper, they're pretty much the top 2 guys in the clubhouse there. You could throw in Zach Wheeler too.
True.
I think that between last season and how apparently with his hit tool and his hitting metrics, he finally seems to have figured out how to hit without the shift. And so I think that 5 for 150 seems like a lot for him, but it's Kyle Schwarber. The guy mashes. Yeah.
He can bash home runs no matter where anyways. Doesn't matter if it's Wrigley Field or Citizens Bank Park or Fenway Park. What's the big deal? What do you think is with the owners? There's not a lot of spending going on. Are you shocked at like the deals that are going on with like the Red Sox, how they got Sonny Gray and stuff from St. Louis? Would you say?
I'm not totally shocked by that. I think that one thing I will say, I noticed this winter meetings. I saw a lot more MLB official badges than I did last season, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact they're trying to keep some more league-friendly outlets inside. Like I'll give you. Let me tell you what happened last night when I was waiting for my Uber.
Oh, I'm ready for this.
Now, this is a funny story. So I'm wearing so right now I got this Black Sabbath shirt on, but last night I was wearing a navy and red like floral pattern, like plant pattern Hawaiian shirt. Mm-hmm. And I'm standing outside, like having a smoke while I'm waiting, like the 10 minutes for my car because it's Florida. And then out of this little party bus comes this like mid-sized, fairly cute woman, like between 35 and 40. She goes, "Hey, we almost match." And so we get to talk, and I'm like, "Oh, so you here for the meeting?" She goes, "Oh yeah." I asked her, "Who are you here with?" She goes, "Oh, I'm here with a OC." And I go, "Oh, what's that?" "Office of the Commissioner." And I went, "Oh, well, I write about the Mets and the Yankees." And she goes, "Oh, I'm not allowed to talk to you," and goes right inside.
Jesus.
Now, granted, she was drunk out of her mind.
And then sober instance got to her so quickly, like, can't talk to you.
Well, and she was still oddly flirty when she said, I think she kind of wanted me to follow her back in the hotel when I clearly had my wedding ring on, but what are you going to do?
Jim Mandich would be proud at least anyways. I'll say that for sure. God, what's it going to take to get Paul Skeens out of Pittsburgh, you think? Because I feel like Pittsburgh's doing the college rep, but they're not really trying.
Okay, I actually have a theory as to this. Now,
I like this already.
Yeah, so a little background. Randy Miller, in a piece for NJ.com, spoke to an anonymous Pirates teammate, and this Pirates teammate said how Paul Skeens already has his mind on the Yankees years down the road. I think that what the Pirates are doing now, between the offers to Josh Naylor, the offers to Kyle Schwarber, they're apparently dangling Keller in some trades as well. I think they're actually trying to put an actual core around him. And not just that, I wonder, I think their long-term plan, assuming Ben Cherington is still in his position this time next year, I think that they're putting these offers out there just to sort of get that little whisper campaign going over the next few years that, yeah, the Pirates are bad, but they're at least serious this time.
Yeah. Serious in a good way, at least. Not
because you can be a bad team and try to win.
Yeah. Cleveland did that forever anyways. We'll just we'll give contracts to Nick Swisher and a few other randos at least.
Edwin Encarnacion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they won a game, a couple games at least, made it entertaining. So we can officially say the guy who made the Skeens Yankee jersey last opening day for Pirates is like that, saved that jersey at least for a couple more years. We could say that for sure.
I'm going to say the same thing that someone said to me about the idea of the Mets trading Francisco Lindor. Never say never.
Okay. I like that already. What's the other big news you got to see the West Coast? Were there any other big teams out there? Dodgers at all? Giants? I knew the Giants were out.
I saw lots of Cleveland, lots of Colorado people for the team official side.
Okay.
Scott Boras did his usual spiel, held his giant ass press conference in front of the Boras Court backdrop.
There we go.
I saw, and who else was there? A's Cast was there. MLB Network was fun because they had a giant setup in the lobby. Oh, a lot of WBC reps this year too. So a lot of guys. Yeah, so saw a couple of guys in Team Israel shirts. I saw Victor Martinez and Johan Santana was there with Venezuela. I gotta say this about Johan Santana. Johan Santana's baseball card, he's listed as 6 feet tall. He's not 6 feet tall.
Oh, we were lying the height, like a hinge profile or a Bumble profile. No. Right.
Yeah, Johan Santana. Like, look, I'm not trying to diss the guy. I shook his hand. It was great talking to him for the 2 seconds I did.
Yeah.
But nah, he's 6 foot the way Allen Iverson was 6 foot.
Okay, I like that already.
Because I'm 6'1", even with shoes on, Johan Santana maybe 5'11".
Okay, so like he's like my height at least.
Yeah. Carlos Beltran was there too with some Puerto Rican dudes.
What can we say about the World Baseball Classic? Is that going to take off like this year because you have USA Olympics going on and you have the World Baseball Classic pretty much back to back almost?
I think that it's absolutely going to happen because if you look at the World Baseball Classic ever since it started in 2006, it's only gotten better each time.
Yeah.
There's that, I guess, for lack of a better word, underlying concern that, Japan's going to be like the Dodgers. They're going to win it all every year. Okay. Team USA's won. Mm-hmm. The Dominicans have won.
Yep.
I think the favorites going in this year, I think it's kind of a tie between Japan and I think USA again. It's the World Baseball Classic. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
Are there going to be less owners you think are going to let their players like be banned? Because I know the Cubs owners banned their players from going to the World Baseball Classic. I know that.
I haven't heard anything about players being banned outright. I think what I'm hearing right now is that it's now the stage of the WBC where teams are approaching players themselves and asking if they want to play. Mm-hmm. Brian Hoke from MLB.com told me that Jazz Chisholm is talking with Team Great Britain to play for them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's from the Bahamas. It works. Cody Bellinger is on Team USA's radar. Okay. I think they're waiting to see where he shakes out.
Okay. Do we have an idea where he's going to shake out? I think he's going to resign with the Yankees, honestly.
I think he's going to There's the $1 million question, Trevor, because if you look at that little tirade that Boris did yesterday where he made all those bad baseball puns with all the team names,
Yeah.
it sounds like there is a wide market available, a wide range of interest in Cody Bellinger. But in the meantime, I think he's going to take his time, see where he goes. I also think that he's going to talk to re-sign with the Yankees. I did speak with someone on the Yankees beat who gave me, these weren't their exact words, but the way that they described it, it sounds as though there's a hard cap to how much they can actually offer Bellinger, and they understand that given that they might not be the front runner.
Who do you think the front runner is?
That's a really good question.
I know the Cubs. They need someone since Kyle Tucker's doesn't love baseball anyways, and they're linked to Zach Gallen, which I don't think is a great idea anyways.
I'm sure the Cubs and a few other teams have checked in on like short-term high AAV deals.
Yeah,
I'm sure that the Phillies might be checking in, the Red Sox, like any team that needs someone who could play outfield or first base. I mean, Cody Bellinger, he plays 4 positions literally.
Yeah,
but he's such a great fit in New York. He's slotted in seamlessly behind Aaron Judge, even though he had that one really bad month.
Yeah.
But Cody Bellinger is someone who, we saw it last season in New York City. This is someone who, at this stage of his career, can give you 30 home runs and 100 RBIs, maybe even 20 plus steals, no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
And not just that, I'm gonna. This is non-baseball. I'm gonna pivot to something that happened late last offseason. In the stands one day, I saw his wife, whose name escapes me for some reason, was getting very chatty with both Amy Cole and Ashley Rodon.
Okay.
So it sounds like she's kind of got an in with the players' wives, because Amy Cole.
You mean Chase Carter?
Oh, is that's her name?
Yeah, that's engaged to model. Is not officially married, but it's engaged to model Chase Carter. Yes.
Oh! Don't they have kids?
Yes, they do have kids. Actually.
Oh, I just assumed they were married. Anyway, and I'm not judging, I swear. but anyway, I think that
crack producer over here as well. Anyway, so
yeah. No, but I think that when push comes to shove, he is the Yankees to lose. The only team I can think of that might make him an offer is maybe the Mets. But again, they need pitching.
They need everything, especially pitching. Doesn't matter if it's starting.
Yeah.
Pitching.
What's that line from the movie The Birdcage where like they're redecorating the guy's house and then the sun comes in? It's like, do not add.
I've never watched that show actually, but I'll check it out sometime. So
no, it's great.
All right, Josh. Anything else going on at winter meetings in beautiful Orlando, Florida? Is it chilly up there? I gotta ask.
No, it's actually quite nice. I mean, flying in was kind of gnarly because we had a big rainstorm on Sunday night.
Welcome to Florida.
Yeah, but other than that, no, it's been like low 60s, high 60s, low 70s.
That's perfect. That's what we call winter in December. We call it down here in Florida, at least.
So. I was wearing an open button down with a t-shirt every day I was there, and I was more than comfortable.
There we go. All right, Josh. Yeah. Thank you as always for coming on the Upper Bowl podcast.
My pleasure, Trevor.
I like to say this is the first time popping in from a winter meeting. So Josh, you breaking barriers already for the podcast.
My pleasure, man. Talk to you soon.